Level karakter atau mapnya? Karakter anyway. lagi. Coba yang level 50. Try. Clear chat operation. Loh, yang ini lagi. Mana ya? Tuh. Coba banget. Oh. guys, kena aja.
Liu Huo is also there. Let's help them.
Menjadi rival.
Ouch! It's a huge embarrassment in front of Lord Mingjing.
Move your hand. Let me see your wound.
No big deal. I just got nicked by the darkness and my sis went all out, smashing them left and right. Besides, Lord Mingjing and the Executor came to our aid just in time. I'm fine, seriously.
Don't be childish. Show me you're not. Your wound is not going away. Move your hand.
Just a small cut. Don't make a scene.
Your wounds!
You're lucky I had some first aid training.
Thank you, Miss Shirley. All good now. I'm ready for another battle with the darkness.
You can play tough all you want.
I'm totally fine, I promise. My invincible sister came from heaven to my rescue.
Stop the nonsense. Did the darkness hit you in the head?
Ouch! It hurts!
You asked for it.
You guys are so close.
Lord Mingjing, you must be here for the abnormal darkness.
The Miss Nanyan cost. This type of darkness was pretty hard to deal with.
I know. We've never encountered anything like this before. Engaging them in a fight is the only way to gather accurate information on this new variant of the darkness. The domain guards in Aquaville need to ready themselves. We've learned a lot from this trip. Thank you.
We should be the ones thanking you. You've been a great help, really. We need to report this to Lady Jutue. Please excuse us.
How's Miss Lan doing? Her injury was pretty serious.
The doctors advised her to rest more, but I bet she's been out and about. I'll make sure to pass on your greetings after reporting this darkness encounter.
All right. We won't delay you further.
Same old? Race to Ignisville Mansion?
Race? What about your injury?
Oh, come on, sis. Are you actually worried about being outrun by someone who's injured?
Wrong, Jin! Don't let me catch you!
They seem to have a bit of banter together all the time. Strong family ties. Rongjin is definitely the more mature one between the two, but he acts like a little boy in front of his sister.
Or maybe it's precisely in front of his sister that he can be a bit more playful.
Oh? Why is that?
I get him, somehow. The only difference is, I actually love to mess with my brother. For instance, I used to pour lots of lemon juice into the orange soda before offering it to him as a reward for his hard work.
Yikes. Just thinking about it makes my teeth tingle.
Well, he was very strict with me, and I needed revenge somehow. Looking back, however, my brother took really good care of me, and I was always the insensible one.
But you are all grown up now, Shirley. You are now a capable young lady who can hold the ground on her own.
But
I'm sure he's very proud of you.
Bleep bleep. You two have a moment?
We were just finishing up. What's the matter?
Lolo and I have made some progress on the investigation. Please meet us at the Infinite Sundial.
Sure, we'll be there.
All right. We shall part ways here. I also have things to attend to back in Aquaville. I'll see you around.
Masalahnya jauh banget itu. Pakai teleport tapi jauh-jauh. gagal. Ternyata ngelek. Wait, central control.
The preliminary screening has been completed, and the result is just as expected. An unknown source of interference in Domain 9 is the cause of all this trouble. It previously interrupted the communication between Gestos and the reactor, and arbitrarily took over the authorization process for the Omnium reactor, which has resulted in the current abnormal situation we are facing at the Infinite Sundial. Could it be Tempos, or the timestamp system of Domain 9?
Miss Plotty,
Just kidding. Now, let's proceed with our plan.
Tempos is at your service. Just a moment.
Now it's my turn to report my findings. I have re-examined the upgraded Infinite Sundial's preset system. The design is the same as all the functioning towers of Fantasy. However, during construction, the system was modified to better fit the actual conditions. Union is sorting out information regarding this. Another possibility here is that the upgraded Infinite Sundial is poorly compatible with the astral monuments and timestamps, causing interference to the infrastructures. Bianunu has left for Tianzhong Pavilion to consult Miss Mimi about this.
Is there anything we can help with?
Our third hypothesis is that there is some limiting factor within the sundial. So, do you mind collecting the operating data of the sundial square for us? The data from one sundial square would suffice. No point in getting into details at this early stage.
Any sundial square will do?
Yes. Please use this device to record data. And, what was I saying? That's all for now.
The Ignisville Sundial Square is not far from here. Let's pay Miss Yulan a visit.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, so cute. Hello, have fun. Sundial Square. Scar. Ada juga. Kayak ini. Pokemon. Spike. lagi ya. Pada bekas. Kali ada sih organisasi. Oh, udah pernah ke sini. Kesini yang belum pernah ya. Lanjutin misi nggak?
It's been a while.
Everything is fine, but we need to borrow Miss Yulan for a minute.
Miss Brevi is trying to find out the cause of the infinite sundial's energy supply failure. There might be some inherent limiting factors. So she sent us to collect operating data of the sundial square.
I see. Please follow me. I believe Miss Brevi is hoping to analyze and compare the difference in Sundial Square's operation before and after the upgrade of the Infinite Sundial. So, I've retrieved various data on the Ignisville Sundial Square at different times. As the field energy reserve continued to decline, the operation mode of the Sundial Square changed accordingly over time. I've included some additional data from each period. Hopefully it helps.
That's very thoughtful of you, Miss Yulan.
Don't mention it. It's my duty as a sundial guard. The volume of data is greater than I expected. I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait a bit longer.
Don't worry about it. We are in no rush. I hope.
I heard you've found the cause of Nanyan's transformation in Hendaka County? As the former Lady Baihu, she rendered meritorious service for Domain 9. But now she's become the culprit for all this trouble we're facing. She might have her own reasons, but nothing can justify her conduct. I just don't know what to think of her. I spoke to Master Yu about this.
What did Master Yu say?
Nothing. I guess she wants me to have my own opinion, and not be swayed by anyone else, including herself. I still can't see through this. The more leads we get about Nanyan, the more complicated the situation becomes.
Don't lose heart. We don't live in a world where everything is either black or white.
I think it's only a matter of time before you find the answer, Miss Yulan.
We are very close to the day when the truth will finally come out.
Well, thank you. Like my training, everything will work out. Just like the clouds always melt and the mists disperse. My practice was held back by a bottleneck for a really long time. But once I broke through it, all the confusion and loss I once felt was no longer there. Huh? Does that mean everything has something in common with practicing martial arts?
Miss Yulan, you really are obsessed with martial arts.
Master Yu once called it a strong point of mine. I shall keep it up. The data transmission is complete. Here you go.
Thank you. We won't waste more of your precious time. We'll head back to the Infinite Sundial.
You are very welcome.
What do I do? What do I do? Who would have thought the issue really wasn't in Domain 9? What do I do now? I was so certain. Hollow, answer me. Did I make a huge fool of myself? This is so embarrassing.
Actually, I also wondered if it could be Tempos. But the communication structure of Tempos is different from that of Gestos. There shouldn't be any conflict between them. In fact, nothing in Domain 9 has what it takes to interfere with
When did you
Gestos.
guys get here?
Who were you talking to earlier? Was it Paulo?
What Paulo? I don't know any Paulo. You must be mistaken. I've already come to a rough conclusion. I'll go and confirm with Master Yu right away.
Was that?
I don't remember anything.
Paulo is going to share her conclusion with Master Yu. Don't you want to hear?
Oh, then we better hurry.
Sorry, Master Yu. The current situation at the Infinite Sundial is slightly beyond my expectations. In order to lift the current field energy supply limit, I've made some adjustments to Tempos' system. Hopefully it'll be enough to meet Domain 9's power demand for now. However, this is only a temporary measure, not enough to support the development of the third-generation timestamp tech. I need to look into something back at the headquarters. The real cause of the problem might lie there. I promise you, I'll bring a real solution when I return to Domain 9, and it won't be long.
The inspection of the Infinite Sundial's infrastructure has led to a similar conclusion. We have examined it thoroughly again and again, but no adjustment is needed. This is a great result, I suppose. Now I'm proud to announce, the upgrade of the Infinite Sundial is a success! It's time to go back to District 9 and report everything to Teacher. Or should I use the term debrief?
Thank you, Master Yu, for looking after Breely and me all this time.
No problem. Thank you for your hard work. We are forever grateful for Hykros' help in solving our energy crisis. I look forward to more cooperation in the future. For example, the timestamp tech. Archon Larson of Hykros once expressed his interest in employing timestamps in Vera to help resist the darkness invasion. Mimi from Tianzhong Pavilion is already following up on this. We stand together through thick and thin. The information we have deciphered from the dark forms should be useful for Vera in combating the darkness.
The dark forms we brought back?
That's right. We can now confirm that it's a similar technology to Domain 9's timestamp, created and left by the alien civilization that we all know too well. The dark forms contain key information about the darkness. It's not an exaggeration to say that they determine the future of Domain 9. Due to limited computing power, it will take Tempos quite some time to decipher the information alone. Sadly, we simply don't have the time to wait.
Master Yu, are you hoping to have Hykros' Gestos work together with Tempos?
Exactly.
Gestos can communicate across time and space, so technically, coordinating a joint deciphering project shouldn't be difficult. I will report this to the headquarters. I believe we will soon have a response for you.
Thank you, everyone. While Tempos continues to decipher, we will be here waiting for your good news.
Executor, Shirley, Master Yu has an important announcement to make, so please come to the Infinite Sundial at your earliest convenience.
Icarus?
Executor, Miss Shirley, it's good to see you're both doing well. The second group of reinforcement teams from Hykros has arrived in Domain 9 to assist you. We're ready to provide full support for your upcoming operations.
You've really been a great help. Thank you.
It seems you're already acquainted and there's no need for my introduction. That's good. Saves time. I'll briefly explain my investigation and the decision from headquarters. The cause of the abnormal authorization has been identified, and I'll provide a detailed report on the specifics later. Gesthos and Tempos are working together to decipher the dark forms. Master Yu's invitation likely indicates an advancement in our understanding of the alien civilization. As for what the deciphered information means, I believe you all have your own answers.
Nanyin, Domain 9, and our fate.
That's right. Let's go. Master Yu. After re-examining the authorization process Gesthos conducted on the Omnium reactor, we've discovered the root cause of why the Infinite Sundial couldn't operate at its regular power level. Essentially, the reactor wasn't activated properly, and Gesthos failed to grant it the necessary operational permissions. So, it appears that we have completed the authorization process, which should have enabled the Infinite Sundial to channel Omnium energy. But in reality, Gesthos couldn't alter the operating power level. Therefore, after reaching an agreement with Tempos, we re-executed Gesthos' authorization protocol. The results met our expectations, and the Infinite Sundial is now operating at full capacity, supporting the development of the third-generation timestamp system. It was a deceptive illusion. At the moment Gesthos attempted to authorize the reactor, it received two similar yet distinct sets of instructions. One was Gesthos' authorization command, while the other was from the disruptive factor I had previously speculated about. The reactor executed the latter command, which means Gesthos wasn't the actual authorizer. Hykros didn't have the authority over the Omnium reactor, making all subsequent commands ineffective.
Then, how did the Infinite Sundial manage to start up and successfully receive the Omnium energy from Mara?
That brings us to the question, what exactly is this disruptive factor? I had considered it during my investigation in Domain 9, but it was such a bold assumption, and I needed more evidence to substantiate its viability. After reviewing the headquarters documents and the archives in Aquaville, the answer seemed obvious. Tempos also possesses an authorization ability similar to Gesthos. When the Infinite Sundial requested authorization for the Omnium reactor, it was Tempos that issued the command in response.
But why would Tempos have similar capabilities to Gesthos when Domain 9 has always been isolated from the outside world?
This has to do with a piece of distant history. Long story short, whether it's Domain 9, Esperia, Vera, or other regions, none of us are the original inhabitants of Ida. We migrated here many years ago aboard the spaceship Distant Beacon. It may sound romantic, but history is not a work of art, and grand space operas only exist in our imaginations. The reality is often full of hardship and sorrow, and we usually define the mistakes as lessons learned. Of course, there's nothing wrong with believing in beautiful fantasies. They give us courage to face adversity. Excuse me, I digress. For some reason, Distant Beacon did not land successfully, but self-destructed above Ida's orbit. Before executing the self-destruct command, it released 5 frontier pods. Only 2 of the 5 pods managed to land successfully on the surface. and those frontiers were our ancestors. Another 2 crashed, and 1 lost contact with the rest. Combining information from both sources, we now have sufficient evidence to prove that Domain 9 was settled by frontiers from the then missing Frontier Pod number 8.
Domain 9 shares the same origin as Ida, which is the conjecture we have always hoped to confirm. Due to the current circumstances, Domain 9 is unable to engage in more in-depth communication with Hykros, so we're putting this topic on hold for the time being. However, in our joint investigation of the factors influencing the infinite sundial, we stumbled upon decisive evidence that supports this theory. Tempos has the authorization ability, just like Gestos.
Maybe well...
You mentioned distant beacon.
It seems that both Tempos and Gestos' authorization abilities are connected to it. Since they all originated from the same spaceship, it makes sense that they would share similar functionalities, right? Could Tempos be the supercomputer from the missing Frontier Pod number 8, or something like that?
Great guess, Miss Shirley. I'm just getting to that part. The precursor to Hykros' Gestos was the central supercomputer SAM from Distant Beacon. Although Tempos was exclusive to Pod number 8, it shared some of SAM's technology. It's not surprising that it inherited the authorization capability with the similarities in their computational structures. The issue we've encountered confirmed it.
So that's how it is.
When Pod 8 made an emergency landing on the surface of Domain 9, the compartments were severely damaged, and most of the facilities became inoperable. Apart from Tempos, all the other crucial instruments and data were ultimately lost, despite attempts to salvage them. After completing a basic survey of Domain 9, we discovered the mysterious Black Jade artifacts left by an alien civilization. Naturally, our focus gradually shifted from Omnium to the unique resources found within Domain 9. Using the Black Jade artifacts as a foundation, Pod number 8 pioneered a technological direction unique to Domain 9. Over generations, this technology has developed significantly and has become vastly different from the era of Distant Beacon.
Who would have thought that the long-lost friends would eventually be able to reunite? Our fates, it seems, are always closely intertwined. Sorry, back to the topic.
Unfortunately, now isn't the time to celebrate the reunion. We've deciphered more about the darkness and Nanyin, and we don't have much time left. As we had speculated, after Nanyin activated the incubation capsule in Hendeka County, she transformed into a dark wretch due to the darkness energy conversion. Not just any dark wretch. Dr. Rubilia thinks that she has become the hive mother of a new order of darkness, entirely under the alien civilization's control. This alien civilization coveted the adaptability and destructive power of the darkness. They wanted to harness this power for themselves, but were hindered by the darkness's unparalleled evolutionary capabilities. Subjugating the darkness and making the whole species submit to them was the only way. As you've seen, they focused on cultivating an outstanding individual to defeat the Hive Mother. And by dominating this new Hive Mother, they intended to seize control of the entire species of darkness, but they failed and suffered severe backlash. After hastily sealing the Hive Mother using Black Jade technology, they abandoned this land. This might also be why Domain 9 has been isolated from the outside world. Perhaps as a way to hide from the Hive Mother's revenge? We still have much to uncover on this aspect.
Arrogance truly is a common trait among all living beings, without exception.
But this method is not unfeasible. The current Nanyin is an extension of their will. She's seizing the Christomaxes and turning people into dark wretches, all for one reason: to expand the power of this new order of darkness, preparing for the moment to contest the Hive Mother.
The soldiers that were turned into dark wretches by Nanyin, have they become part of the new order of darkness under her control? Are they all pawns in Nanyin's fight against the Hive Mother?
I'm afraid so. This is a civil war within the darkness. And we are but minor variables that can be exploited in Nanyin's eyes. So even if we haven't made contact with the outside world or broken through the Black Jade ruins, Nanyin would still have seized the Crystamaxes in them. The fate of Domain 9 was sealed when she completed the experiment. But humanity will not yield to so-called fate, despite our inherent weakness. Just like our ancestors, who were once trapped in this forgotten land, and transformed it into the Domain 9 we see today. Our next step is to get ahead of Nanyin, secure the Crystamax from the Aquaville ruin, and stop her from continuing the fusion. Executor, Miss Shirley, and Mr. Icarus, I hope you can continue to support this operation.
It's my honor.
The 4 heads have gathered at the Aquaville ruin. Ban Wei-jun will guide you there. I'm counting on you.
We will do our best.
According to our calculations, the energy interference barrier can now fully cover Aquaville Mansion, and the test results are as expected. Unfortunately, we are unable to extend the barrier to cover the entire Aquaville region.
Until the infinite sundial is repaired, the energy transfer is limited. I understand that the barrier we have now is the result of all-out efforts from the Niners' heavy machinery. Thank you for your dedication. We'll stick to the original plan. Secure the Crystamax, store it in the container, and quickly move it to Aquaville Mansion. Executor, Miss Shirley, you're here. This is Miss Ban Wei-jin, the director of Niners' Heavy Machinery R&D Department.
I've heard so much about you both. It's an honor to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Were you just discussing the operation plans for the Aquaville ruin?
This mission is critical. We're in the middle of verifying the specifics of the barrier that blocks the Crystamax energy. We must seize the Crystamax before Nanyin becomes aware and secure it safely within Aquaville Mansion. The energy barrier there can block and neutralize the powerful energy radiated by the Crystamax. This way, Nanyin won't be able to detect its location, buying us time to set up the 3rd generation timestamp system. Once the timestamp system is updated, that'll be our signal to launch a counterattack against Nanyin and the darkness.
But the energy barrier only covers the Aquaville Mansion area. That means along the route from the ruin to Aquaville Mansion, we can only rely on a temporary container to block the energy emitted by the Crystamax. We must ensure that nothing goes wrong with this vulnerability. Any slight mistake could undo all our efforts. It's a pity our resources are limited. Otherwise, extending the coverage to the Aquaville ruin would be the safest. Anyway, I'm counting on you.
We'll do everything we can to ensure the safety of the Crystamax. Please, rest assured. Where could Nanyin be now? Why hasn't she attacked us before?
We haven't had any recent sightings of her. We can only estimate her possible whereabouts from the activities of the special group of darkness she controls. With the power she possesses now, she could easily wipe us out. In fact, I'm pretty sure that was her plan back at the Ignisville ruin. She may see us as nothing more than gnats, but even the smallest insects have repeatedly disrupted her plans. That's probably why she attacked you last time. Darkness energy isn't easy to control. Overdoing it can backfire. Your escape from the ruin last time wasn't just luck.
But she won't make the same mistake again.
We don't have much time left. Miss Ban Wei-jin, please lead the way.
Of course. Please follow me. It's a little embarrassing to say,
but it wasn't until recently that we confirmed this with Hykros. The people of the outside world and us here in Domain 9 were all descendants of interstellar pioneers from Earth. Pod number 8, that crash-landed here, was mainly carrying members of the Earth-era industrial manufacturer, 9 Arcs Industry, along with their array of construction equipment.
Master Yu has also told us that due to the severe damage to the pod during the crash, a lot of data and equipment were unusable, which is truly unfortunate.
Yes, after discovering the timestamp technology left within the Black Jade ruins, we shifted our research focus. Later, to accommodate the development needs of the various states, we restructured the organization of 9 Arcs Industry. Gradually, we established the organizations you are familiar with today, such as Niners Heavy Machinery, Zhengong, and Tianjiang Pavilion.
Fascinating. We never had the chance to get to know Domain 9's history like this before.
Indeed. I guess it might have something to do with the long-standing views of the people in Domain 9. That is, those from the outside world are yet another civilization battling against the darkness or something like that.
After all, it was only pod number 8 that crash-landed in Domain 9, which then became isolated from the outside world. One might think that pod number 8 reached its destination, planet Ida, while the other pods were lost in the vastness of space, right?
Over time, this kind of thinking stuck with a lot of people.